Tonight on The Real Hustle, Alex, Jess and Paul are back for a brand new series of cons and scams. Fame costs, and we reveal how this lot paid a high price at a bogus audition.
Imagine all your personal possessions gone.
We uncover how checking in can clean you out.
I'm not really that gullible of a person, to be honest with you. I normally catch on to things really quick, but had me this time, definitely.
And it's daylight robbery for this man.
I'm right off, 200 quid, that's a good couple of days' money, do you know what I mean?
This is The Real Hustle. We're going to uncover the secrets behind the most popular scams being carried out by con artists in Britain today. Our real hustlers are Alex, a confidence trickster, Jess, a sexy swindler, and Paul, the scam artist. They've been travelling the UK to demonstrate to our hidden cameras exactly how the cons work. All the people in this show have been hustled for real, and after being given their money back, they agreed that the footage could be shown so you could avoid being ripped off by the same scams.
How would you like a top games console for less than half the price? Well, there's nothing like a good bargain, but this is nothing like a good bargain.
Paul has come to this pub with one intention: to con the locals. He's planning a scam that's too good to pass up. He's spotted a group of likely lads, moves in and strikes up a conversation.
You guys know this area? He's a little dodgy.
Whilst Paul is busy making friends with the Marks, back in the den, Alex is dressing up. He's going to be playing the role of Paul's friend, a dodgy shop assistant from a local computer store. And with Jess's help bagging the computer console, the hustlers are all set to pull one of the oldest and most audacious scams in the book, the Murphy game. Back in the pub, Paul's steering the conversation round to why he's there.
Bit of a dodgy deal myself. I've got a mate gets like plasma TVs and, you know, stuff like that. But he gets them off of another guy who's supposed to be selling me something today. Well, it's an Xbox I'm getting today. For 300 quid, right? This guy does it for 100. He did the plasma TV for my mate for like 500 quid. Brand new. I think it almost cost him as much to put it on the wall.
Without knowing it, the Marks are being groomed to part with their cash. And to tempt them even more, here comes Alex carrying Paul's cut-price games console.
Yeah. How you doing? Yeah.
The Marks are taking the bait.
Toast the rat.
As Alex and Paul close their deal, the Marks are busy counting their cash, wanting to get in on the action.
Actually, this is how they come in the factory.
This is a guy, well, kind of a mate. I want to know if you got any more.
You're looking to buy something?
But before they buy, the Marks want to check out the goods.
Is that the uncle?
This is with everything,
This is
isn't it?
all the wild.
Full lot in there.
Yeah, it's the HD drive and everything. Now listen, the deal, I've got another 4 of these.
Result: the Marks think the deal's so good, they want two.
I want to be funny, but you got cash on this, yeah?
They even flash the cash. That's £200 for 2 consoles. All they have to do now is accompany Alex to a store around the corner and pick them up.
I'll pop in, get them, come out and...
How long is it going to be?
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Alex leads the Marks out of the pub and to the store's loading bay. It's now time to close the deal.
I'm going to pop in. I'm going to pop in there. Have you got the cash?
Yeah, I want one, yeah.
All right.
60, yeah?
That's you. Nice one. All right.
That's it. The money has changed hands. Alex and Paul have pocketed £200. Now they have to go into the store and get 2 game consoles.
I said, wait for me here. I'll tell you what, because I only want to come out only once. Yeah. Why don't you, why don't you give me a hand? Rob, do you mind giving me a hand?
Alex has asked Paul to help, but so as not to arouse suspicion, Paul leaves his new games console with the Marks.
I'll go to that. You're still going to be here, right?
Yeah. All right. I'll be 2 seconds, yeah?
Alex and Paul head off to fetch the goods. But of course, the hustlers go straight through the loading bay and out onto the street with the Marks' cash.
Fancy a drink? Very expensive whiskey, perhaps?
Yeah.
That's even worth the 2 of them when they come back. Of course it is. Rockstar table tennis. That is football. Alright, well that do me.
The Marks still think they've got a £300 console for 200 quid. It took them minutes to part with their money, but for them to realise they've been conned takes a little longer.
That'd be a nice little booty. Yeah. That'd keep her well sweet.
It's probably rubbing the gaffney.
Nearly 15 minutes after Alex and Paul left, the Marks are now getting twitchy.
Come on, mate.
Is it heavy? What's that? Yeah, it's in there.
Nothing in there. No, mate, I ain't having this, bruv. I'm telling you now.
But there's no console. They've spent 200 quid on blank A4 paper, and they're not happy about it.
I ain't having that.
It's no use chasing after the hustlers now. By this time, they're long gone.
Yeah, I was sitting in the pub, a fella's come in, he's bought a drink, gone, oh yeah, I'm meeting a bloke with some cheap Xboxes, so I thought, alright, fair dues then, and we started talking.
What's an Xbox I'm getting today? They're 300 quid, right? This guy does it for 100.
I said, I'll have a couple. So he's pulled us out the pub, walked around the corner, he said, look, this is the store I work in. I thought, lovely, it's a store, so it's going to be half legit. So I thought it was all good, so I've given 200 quid basically for 2 computers, and look, they've took paper out there.
They're getting a bit worried, so he's opened the box up. Obviously, to see what's going on.
No, mate, I ain't having this, bruv, I'm telling you now. I'm right off, 200 quid, that's a good couple of days' money.
If someone's offering you something for this heavily discounted price, it's either because it's stolen, and if you then buy it from them, you're committing an offence of handling stolen goods, or if it's not stolen, it's faulty, it's damaged, or more often than not, it's an empty box with some rocks or bottles of water in.
You know, the other thing about this particular scam is that, remember, bargains rarely come looking for you unless there's a catch.
Everyone's used to using their credit cards nowadays, but hustlers are still experts at catching their victims off guard. If you're not careful, you can end up paying a much higher price than intended.
And if you use your card to splash out on a top London hotel, watch out for hustlers who fancy getting their hands on your credit card details. This is the front desk scam.
All those credit cards to have nice big allowances on them. So just remember, text me the name and the room number.
Okay.
Right, see you in a minute. Good luck.
As Jess goes into the hotel, Alex takes up position outside, ready for her signal.
Hi, do you mind if I just sit down and wait for my friend?
That's fine, sure, go on.
Cheers.
Claiming she's here to meet a friend, Jess takes a seat in the lobby, within earshot of the reception desk. Outside, Alex kills time, and it's not long until a couple arrive to book in. Jess has her target. As the couple check their reservation, Jess continues to wait for her friend, but in reality is eavesdropping every word.
If I could just take a swipe of your credit card.
They don't reveal their credit card number out loud, but the receptionist does confirm their name.
Thank you, Mr. Noof.
And their room number.
Mr. Noof, your room number is 209.
That's all Jess needs.
Just here, so if you take a second floor, and it's just going to be on your right.
Time for the next stage. As the guests head to their room, Jess approaches the reception desk.
I'll be waiting here all day by the looks of it. Would you be able to book me a taxi for Bond Street, please?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, so I'll just go through there. Okay, yeah, as soon as possible.
Sure.
That's great, thank you.
As the receptionist calls a taxi, Jess goes into the lounge where she texts the name and the room number to Alex. This is his cue. He puts on his fake taxi driver ID and heads into the hotel for the final phase of the con.
They've got a cab for Bond Street? Yeah? Do you mind if I use your phone? I've got my mobile's just tied. I just need to let them know that I've got a passenger on board.
Just going to let the miss know that the car is here.
Oh, thanks very much, love. Cheers. Yeah.
Jess's ruse of asking the receptionist to call a taxi has worked, and she leaves her post to find Jess.
Just to let you know that the car is waiting for you.
Oh, thank you. Listen, I booked it to go to Bond Street, but...
Now she's got the receptionist away from the front desk. Jess has to keep her talking so that Alex is left alone to check a few details with the new guests in room 209.
Hello?
Oh, hello there. This is Ian calling from the front desk. Yeah, we seem to have a little bit of a problem when we swiped your card. I think our machine's playing up.
I have problems with the chip on that card.
Oh, it could be that then.
Yeah.
It was asking me to enter it manually, so do you have your card with you?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Brilliant.
What is it that you need?
If I could just have the long number running.
Okay, so...
Whilst the Mark is happily handing over all his card details, Jess must keep the receptionist talking in the lounge,
Marble Arch Mall, West London, all that.
giving Alex all the time he needs on the front desk phone.
And the 3-digit number on the back where the signature is? 9. Great.
Okay, can I just ask when we'll be clearing up the bill?
I think you settle up the bill when you leave tomorrow morning. That's usually how we do it.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, great. Cheers. Bye-bye.
It's not actually the best one, to be honest.
Alex now has enough information to go on a spending spree on the guest's card. But first, he has to collect Jess.
Okay. You delayed for the cab?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready for you if you're
You know, I'll ask him, he probably knows.
Yeah, sure,
Thanks for that.
No problem.
Cheers, love.
And for a getaway car, the taxi the receptionist ordered for Jess is already here, and our hustlers hop straight in.
Got all the numbers.
Good.
You sound quite rich. Thank you very much.
They thought they were here for an exciting weekend, but the only thing taken to the max was their credit card.
We have Jess planted in the hotel reception. Now she gets the name and the room number. And there's something about when somebody calls you up and mentions your name, gives them automatically a credibility, but you don't think about it.
Oh, hi, this is Ian calling from the front desk. Got a phone call asking for my card details off a guy from reception.
I think your machine's playing up.
And then ended up handing over all my numbers.
And the 3-digit number on the back where the signature is?
Yeah, just gave all the card details, gave all the numbers, and gave the security number on the back as well.
Now that's the kind of thing that a hustler will make the most of. If they have a little bit of information, they'll try and take that to the next level and get all of your personal details. So whenever anybody calls you and asks for personal information like credit card details or national insurance numbers, or in fact anything that you wouldn't want a con man to know, refuse to give it to them.
I'm not really that gullible of a person, to be honest with you. I normally catch on to things really quick, but had me this time, definitely.
Never hand out any information that you don't want someone like us to know.
Still to come on The Real Hustle. Paul and Alex find an exceptionally good bargain.
Did you get anything? That's quite expensive.
That is very expensive. That's £105.
And they rip off 15 people in one go.
Imagine all your personal possessions gone, you have nothing, you're just who you are right now.
The Real Hustlers are going to show you how to win some free drinks off your mates by using proposition bets on some unsuspecting customers in this bar. The proposition bet suckers you in as it's a bet on an event or outcome that you believe can only go one way. And it always does go one way, the hustler's way. So watch and learn. Jess has met this bunch of lads in the bar, but what they don't realise is that Jess is about to sting them for a round of free drinks.
Stuff like that. I heard that women have a better sense of balance than boys. Do you agree with that? You don't agree? You don't agree? That's so rude. Why not? Because they just don't.
Because men are better at women most things. No, I'm joking. That's
oh, no, it's till that you said it now. In that case, I've got something to show you. If I take my driving licence, it's normal, there's nothing wrong with it, and place it on the end of this cup like that. How many 10-pence pieces do you think you can balance on the end before it topples over?
One.
One? What do you think?
None.
None? Three? You think three? On here. All right then. I'll tell you what, well this one's for you. However many coins you can balance on here, I bet you a round of drinks that I can balance more. So if you get three, I bet I can do four. You get one, I can do two. So you can't do any, but I can get one. Okay? Well, we'll shake on it first though, a round of drinks, yeah? There you go. So you do 10-pence pieces, you've got a few there. I've got confidence in you.
So I have to balance them on the end?
Yeah.
And I can't balance ones on the middle?
No. and you can't touch anything.
3.
No, you can't be over the rim of the glass, it has to be on the end. Oh, you couldn't even get 1. Can you get 1? There you go, 3. Okay, well, I'm going to show you then. All I need to get is 1, and then I believe you owe me a round of drinks.
Oh, here we go.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6 drinks?
6.
So it's not a drink every 10p, is it?
I think it should be a drink every 10p. That's 6 drinks, please, boys. Eat.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shops are spending millions of pounds to protect themselves against theft. But shoplifters are finding more and more ingenious ways to try to get something for nothing. Did you pay for that?
It's sales time. Prices have been slashed and then cut again. But they're still too expensive for our hustlers. They're after the best bargain they can get. Absolutely free. But watchful security staff are on the lookout for shoplifters, who will be prosecuted. This next scam is one that's becoming increasingly common on the high street. It's known as the White House scam.
Hurry up, will you? Yeah. It's cold there.
So how are the hustlers going to get away with this one? Leaving Paul outside, Alex starts off casually browsing the shelves of a busy department store. Getting into character, he pretends to call his imaginary wife to make sure he's buying the right things.
$69.99? Yeah? So I get them?
As Alex won't be paying, he goes straight for the most expensive items he can find.
I'll get these and some pots.
Nearly £70 for a set of top-quality kitchen knives, but his wife wants more.
Casserole. Okay. I'll call you back.
And that's over £100 for a casserole dish. Completely satisfied with this purchase, he heads to the till.
It's £164.
The bill comes to £164.49. Alex pays in cash. So far, it's all completely above board. He's paid for everything. Outside the store, Alex shows Paul his lovely new kitchenware.
Okay. Did you get anything? That's quite expensive, isn't it?
That is very expensive. That's £105. And the set of knives for £69.99. They're everywhere.
Okay.
So they're by the till, and that's just behind the till. You'll see them.
Paul knows what is bought and where it is, so he heads back into the store while Alex hides the loot in the boot. With Alex still outside, Paul collects exactly the same expensive items, but unlike his fellow hustler, he doesn't even try to pay for them. Out of sight of any security guards, he finds a half-empty shelf and stashes them where Alex can find them easily. Still nothing illegal. But now Alex returns to complete the con. He collects the goods and heads back to the same cashier with bad news from his imaginary wife.
Sorry, I just went outside. My wife has gone to Argos and bought everything.
Yeah?
So I need to get a refund.
No problem.
I've got the receipt in my pocket. And just... Thank you. Sorry about that. It's miscommunication. There it is.
With his made-up spouse providing the perfect excuse for a refund, Alex produces the receipt from his purchase a few minutes ago. The cashier suspects nothing and refunds his £164. And because he paid with cash, if the store spot the theft at a later date, the hustler is completely untraceable. The boys have bagged themselves over £100 worth of goods for absolutely nothing. It's the perfect money-back guarantee.
That was actually quite easy.
We return to the store to reveal the illegal stock-taking that's been going on under their very noses.
Stolen them. How did he do that? It was very believable because he was really down to earth, and I saw him on the phone earlier on, and I overheard him a little bit, thought he was talking to his wife. They came back saying that their wife was in Argos and that she just bought everything else there, so we'd like a refund.
But arguably it's a very difficult one because it's a valid receipt, the goods are in perfect condition, so arguably there's no reason not to offer a refund.
Well, you can't really do anything if he's got a receipt. You can't call a customer a liar.
You can never tell who's going to pull a scam like this. People are always looking for ways to beat security. This particular scam came to public attention when a White House aide in the US was caught doing something just like this. In order to protect themselves, stores have to take measures. For example, whenever something is sold, they can mark or stamp it so they know that when it's returned to the store, that mark or stamp tells you that it was purchased. But you always have to keep your eyes open for new ideas.
This scam actually happened to some friends of ours, so we thought we'd try it out for ourselves and see how far we can push it.
Nowadays, everybody expects their 15 minutes of fame, and for the hustlers this is a perfect opportunity to exploit the fact that everyone wants to be on TV. First, Paul puts out an internet advertisement for an audition for a music video, asking people to turn up to an open casting. No dance experience required.
One size fits all.
They also need a change of costume for the marks. In this case, boiler suits.
They'll put their clothes in the bag and put the boiler suit on. Are you just going to have to all do?
Finally, Alex has to get into character as Gavin, the video director of a top female pop artist. This is the boiler suit blag. Alex and Paul are in Covent Garden, unloading the boiler suits from the van. They've booked out this studio for the day, on the pretense of holding auditions for an unnamed superstar's music video.
Perfect.
But the only moves they'll be pulling are fast ones.
Okay, well, let's go. Let's go.
In his role as Gavin, the music video director, Alex will be helping the wannabes find their inner dancing skills, helped by a loyal assistant, Maurice, aka Paul. Everything is in place, including our cameras, which are rigged to catch the action. As Alex makes sure that his hat is at a suitably jaunty angle, the hopefuls start arriving for the audition.
Hi there, come in. Hi, come in. Hi. My name's Gavin. It's Maurice as well. You've met earlier. And what we're going to do today is we're doing a test for a pop video. And I can't tell you who the artist is at the moment, all right? So, but you might be able to guess. Now, the piece is all about individuality. So, as you're dressed now, it says a lot about yourselves, and it says a lot about, you know, how you would move. So, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get you all to dumb down. So, we're going to get you all to wear one same thing. So, do you want to?
All right, guys, come with me.
Do the music.
Right, bring your bags, bring your.
Yeah, can you please bring all your bags and all your stuff, because I'm going to use the room to shoot in, and I might use some mirror shots and stuff.
To comply with the director's wishes, all clothes and personal items, such as wallets, watches and mobile phones, must be left in the changing room.
What we have is we have a bag for your clothes. Put your clothes in there so you keep it separate from everyone else's. We've done this before, we know how to make it easy for you, okay? You have a boiler suit, which is one of these paper zip-up boiler suits. I don't think that's what they're using on the day, but it's to get the idea on video. Make sure you use these because we have had mix-ups in the past. I have the only key to this place, so all your stuff will be secure. If you want to come back during the next hour or so for any reason, you come and see me, okay? I'll be very close. 5 minutes.
Our video stars get changed into the hustlers' boiler suits.
Okay, good luck everybody. Follow me.
Having separated the marks from their possessions, Alex has to keep them as busy as possible.
Excellent. Okay, I didn't realise theirs were so see-through. I promise you it wasn't mine. No, can you get some water bottles for everybody? Yeah? Okay, guys, so I'll tell you what, the one thing I want to try and do first is to let's all loosen up just a little bit.
As the marks loosen up, Paul slips back into the changing room.
Imagine all your personal possessions gone, you have nothing, you're just who you are right now.
In a few minutes, they won't have to imagine. It'll be a reality. Paul's helping himself to the contents of the clothes rails.
Side to side. Okay? I don't want you all walking the same direction like sheep. In the corner, empty yourself of everything and just listen to the track. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit. A little bit about spatial awareness. Right. Great, I'm seeing some good stuff. I like it. Let your heads go.
Whilst Alex workshops with the group, Paul has bagged up all their belongings. Now he must give Alex a plausible excuse to leave the dance studio without arousing suspicion.
Yeah, she's here.
Sorry?
She's here.
She's here?
Now.
Now? I thought she was in LA doing a gig. Okay. All right, guys. So, I know we're drastically underprepared. We've got some good stuff on tape.
She's kicking off.
Okay, I'm coming. We might have to show somebody some of the things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the track on one more time. So I'm going to be back in 2 seconds.
The arrival of the mysterious she means Gavin, the director, has to go. Leaving the Marks to practice their moves, Alex and Paul make a sharp exit with all their stuff. Ten minutes later and they are still dancing, completely free of personal belongings, as per Alex's instructions. 15 minutes later, the Marks start to get restless. A couple of them go to investigate. They realise they've been hustled. Instead of finding fame, all they are left with is the boiler suits they're standing in.
What was quite amazing is that even though there was just 15 people, and yes, all their clothes that we took and everything, but everybody had a mobile phone. There were quite a few MP3 players. Imagine all your personal possessions gone, you have nothing, you're just who you are right now. There was games consoles, there was a lot of credit cards, quite a lot of cash. So, I mean, if you put the clothes aside, just the technological stuff and the cash and the wallets was quite several £1,000s worth of stuff.
I think the important lesson is that if you're going somewhere and you don't know what the protection's going to be, take only what you need, so that if you do lose everything, all you lose are some clothes.
Beware of what people show you and tell you. And remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
All right.
Okay, it's my 6-year-old daughter's birthday party. So I need some calls for the children. Calls for the children? You think it's a bad idea?